Hello and welcome to Hoi4. Today we're going to be playing, well, this will be the first time I have played Hoi4 for YouTube, and I was thinking, who should we do for this? And I have decided that the country most set for YouTube is our lovely spaghetti boy, Mussolini. I hope. Now, the goal of today's video is going to be a bit simple. We're going to be establishing Greater Italy. To do that, we need a bit of land from Viva la France, Switzerland, Yugoslavia, all of Albania, and most of Greece, and a bit from the UK, but we'll get to that later. So, starting us off, there's a couple things we need to do if we are to claim this territory for ourselves. That being the fact of, well, doing this, we need a couple things. We need a strong navy, which surprisingly fairly easily as lovely good old spaghetti boy. We also will be needing a decently sized army, as we will be in both Europe but also in Africa. Though we won't do as much fighting as really as much as like historically, because the main prize is the capitals of UK and France. Because do you really want to be bogged down in Africa fighting for God knows how many years, or do you want to just capitulate to UK and France and be able to get that great reputation? That's what I would prefer. So, to do this, we have to, I think, go to production and we need to figure out what we want. Now, Italian tanks suck, so we're not even gonna try to use them, honestly. I have no interest. We need CAS, so I'll throw that into production. Either way, for equipment, we don't actually start with all artillery in production, which mighty concerning, but it is what it is. So we'll throw that into production. Throw 5 mils on that. Rest of these can go into support equipment, and I'll put one on trains because in a country famed for having trains run on time, there are no trains in production. All right, so now with the navy, uh, these early heavy ships they kind of suck, so we're not even gonna try to use those. I have no interest. We'll drag heavy battleships down, all the basic heavy ships, get rid of the submarine, and then just simply we'll build smaller ships, the cruisers and destroyers first, and then as time goes on, these will be finished, and the excess will be added onto the battleships. Focus tree wise, I'm not going to go over like verbatim what I'm going to do, but I'll explain the basic gist of this. So if you're trying to follow along at home, or if you just want an idea of how to play Italy, you can follow along. So you want to do your focus on your industry while you're still at war with Ethiopia. You really shouldn't move off of industry focuses until Ethiopia is over. So Italian highways, get the steel, then move down to fifth research slot, maybe get a mill or two. Uh, Army primacy will get y'all some more mills, and then by that time you should be done with the war in Ethiopia, so you can start moving down. You're going to want to set up Ethiopia as a puppet, so you're going to need the new Emperor of Ethiopia along with the African administration focus. Then you want to go down foreign affairs to start taking chunks out of the Balkans. Specifically, prior to World War II, we need to get the coastline of Yugoslavia, Montenegro, and Albania. That is the main things that we need out of the Balkans. Uh, After we capitulate France, we will go in on Greece and Switzerland, and then after that, we will make our way to Gibraltar. Now, I have tried this multiple times. There is a slight bug with the way that Navy works, or maybe it's just they changed it intentionally and I am just an idiot. But if we go over to Uh, let's just go into the Navy tab. So let's just grab say, this fleet. Start with this area here, the Western Mediterranean. This aired out area, you cannot have a fleet go through here. Which, okay, it makes sense. You can't pass through Gibraltar because Gibraltar's there. But no, you cannot get support like naval bombardment on Gibraltar, even if you say you have this port right here. You can't do it. It's not possible. So, after figuring this out, the only real way to get Gibraltar is by doing a naval invasion, just hoping that there is either no one there or very few troops there, in which case you can take it with sheer air power and the troops you're launching alone. Or, what I'm going to be doing now, since that's a lot luck based and quite painful, we are going through Spain. Now, Spain is normally your ally, but today they are going to be our enemies. So we're still gonna help them in the war, their civil war, but we will be invading them because honestly, I have played too many matches of Hoi4 where I am stuck at in the Mediterranean and stuck there for much longer than I would like to. And besides, while this isn't like a one-to-one guide, I am trying to teach I'm trying to show the best way to do it. And after some testing, I would like to think it is actually a pretty solid way. So that is what we're going to do today. Now, is it going to work? Probably. I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so we got one here. That's the Ethiopian front taken care of. Air-wise, let's go into organizing this. Now, you have a lot of plans going on. Get rid of your tactical bombers. You're not really going to use them. Tac bombing is strap bombing, but you don't necessarily do it. Now, you could use the Navy planes, the naval bombers. But I just personally never do. So, well, you could keep them. I'm not going to. Cass will stay down in Ethiopia and will help with bombing because they do not have an air force. So they'll be bombing like bombing fish in a barrel. Navy wise, we come across this group all of the submarines together. So grab these guys, throw them all into lovely yellow. Boom. And then all the surface fleet, select these up, and boom, shove them in there. Now that will be good, and will be just dandy. Trade-wise, just wait for a second. Got a stockpile issue. There you go. You gotta wait for this update, otherwise you're gonna be trading for things you don't need. Generally speaking, you want to trade with people you know you're not gonna be fighting with. So, for say, our steel, well, this tungsten, Spain, well, not Spain, Portugal. Ooh, not gonna be fighting them. Chromium, Yugoslavia. I'm gonna be taking him over via some diplomatic means, so I won't be fighting him. Coal, I'll give it to Germany, so he gets a civ. The last thing is rubber, which there is really no good way about it, but I will not be trading just yet because I need my civs early on to do some trading. So anyway, that's it. Really set up for Italy, pretty easy. Now it's time to go into Ethiopia. So, yeah. All right. So here we have most of the Ethiopian army trapped in this little area. And if you see, if we hover over this, most of this is mountain region. The reason being, while this is annoying to fight in, well, there's two sets of hills, right? Well, one right there. But anyway, the reason why we're doing this is because we want to have this general get the mountaineer trait. The reason being is that in Greece, Switzerland, France, and for extension Spain in some parts, have mountains. And if we're going to be fighting in there, we need to have generals that are good at fighting in mountains. So we already have one general that has the mountaineer perk. So I'm hoping to get a second one so that it'll make the fighting easier. I mean, he'll already get it prior to fighting if in Spain as a volunteer, but it's just better to get it sooner rather than later. just because there have been times where I go into Spain and simply put, the enemy just collapses too fast and you do not get the perk. So, better to do it now than later. Alright, so I'd say this war has gone on long enough. He has our general here has a mountaineer. Let me just get that so this back. Okay. I'm just gonna kill Ethiopia real quick and then we'll move on to sending volunteers to Spain. Ethiopia is gone finally. So I'll just select all states, select lands, and we'll bang, we'll boom, yeah, done. And we got some mills out of it. Alright, so right now we have all the ships finished except for these two destroyers I just threw us on to have something going. But we're gonna make a new line of destroyers, something a bit better, something a bit more beefy. Should help. So if we go into this, we have basic destroyer, which is, let's see, we're currently using, what is it? We're using the early destroyer, so basic destroyer, a bit better. What you want to do is just add on depth charges, whatever is the cheapest gun, cheapest anti-air, torpedoes, and fire control. That will take that down to a lower engine, so it's cheaper. And there you go, bang, boom, got assault destroyer. It's nothing fancy, but it will do the job and is decently better than what we had before, and it will do a job of destroying submarines, which is quite a pain, especially as Italy, where you have to travel. All your troops and all your supplies have to travel through the Mediterranean. Alright, so our volunteers have entered into the hellscape that is Spain. So, normally it wouldn't matter. Well, it'd be actually pretty important as to where you place your troops because you're looking for certain currencies. But for us, it doesn't matter too much. We're just gonna slap them up north. Let's attack line to Barcelona and just let them go. Honestly, as of right now, since we have the Mountaineer trait right now, we're just looking to improve our doctrines, which for the ones we have, I'll say our troops are good because they have line artillery and stuff like that. It's mainly just you want them to fight, you don't care where. So you're not looking for I'm not looking for any specific bonuses, so yeah, no. Alright, so I don't know what Spain has been doing, but they're kind of ruining my plans of grinding XP in the Civil War because they're absolutely demolishing the communists. I mean, I'm not one for feeling sympathies for communists. I mean, if they're gonna get blown up, more power to them. But I kind of need that army XP, Spain, so I can kill you later. Alright, so we finished up the last of our battleships, so let's design a new one that can hopefully be better than the previous. Actually, let me just, before I do that, let me, is that the one? Yeah, click. Alright, anyway, so when looking at a battleship, let's pick up the Littoral, because the early heavy battleships sucked. We're looking at this. The most important thing when it comes to battleships is speed, health, and light attack, and well, heavy attack. And okay, speed, health, AA, heavy attack, light attack. That's what you want to look at. So, heavy attack not nearly as important as people might think because the amount of battleships you come into contact with compared to the amount of light cruisers, heavy cruisers, and destroyers you'll come into contact, very different. So honestly, these two batteries more than enough. When it comes to light attack, we'll mostly get that from our cruisers, so the last thing we need is anti-air. So doing that, you just fill up the deck with what shows the anti-air guns, and improve that one. There you go. That's improved. And yeah, no, that's really all you do. You just need a bunch of anti-air, because now it is bristling with AA guns. So, just do Littoral B2. There you go. Slap that in, and we'll start producing. I guess while I'm here, I'll also design a new cruiser, which I will put into production after I've made a sufficient number of destroyers. So going in here, for these, we need a lot of light attacks. We go into medium batteries, we're going to put in a lot of these level 2 light batteries. battery. There you go. Just pumped it up, add in our secondary batteries, and that's about it. Like, it's really simple, more than people think, because people are intimidated a lot by uh, parts of Iron 4 Navy, but it really is just that simple. We'll call it Duca, and there you go. Alright, now with Balkan ambitions done, just start Albanian occupation. Albanian. That place right there. Now with that done, we can start demanding stuff. Yes, the Balkan diplomacy. We like diplomacy. We're here to help. So, we're going to first demand the Maltia. That is the coast here, and they should give it up pretty easily. If you don't mind, please. Hand it over. Yugoslavia, come on. Spit it out. Speed, like. There we go. Alright. Accept our demands. Next, after just slip that in. Next, we want the Montenegrin throne. This is something they have more of a likelihood of saying no to, but with improved diplomacy and diplomatic pressure, there we go. They give it up, and then send the ultimatum. They will become our lovely little puppets. They refused. That is actually surprising. They usually do not. Well, alright, I guess we're going to war then. I was kind of avoiding that, but known effect of Spain is not going to happen. Like, it's about to end. Might as well. Alright. Yeah, no, in all my tests, they have never refused. Alright, so we're kind of set up here, roughly. I'm going to let my troops build up their supply, just so they're ready. Again, I'm not exactly sure how this should go pretty well. The main issue is going to be Romania, because Romania tends to just be a giant roadblock, because the area in which you have to fight them in is a small point, and it's split up into two different air zones. Like, this area here, there you have border crossings where you're going over rivers. It's a painful experience. It's not a fun one, but it is what it is. We'll have to do it. So, declare war, annex. Potential enemies will be the Romanians. Forward. Yugoslavia will fold like a wet paper towel. Now, we won't have to deal with Romanian divisions until we get to the border. So, basically, once we stop here, I'm going to rush in and try to go as quickly as I can to get a foothold across into Romania. Doing pretty well to crush the Yugoslavians, but still. Arrogance will get us blown to bits. Alright. Some anti-air, we'll need that eventually, so might as well start producing it now. Another thing we're also racing against is the clock. Because eventually, if we take too long, the Second World War will start and Romania will join the Allies. That is something we cannot really let happen. So we have to get as much of this done as possible to kill Romania before World War II. Alright, that is Yugoslavia done. Coast. Okay, I'll take some of this, but I really don't actually need all this land. So I'll take that. The rest of this I will establish as a puppet. Now, the rest of this puppet. Alright, so we have a small puppet. It's kind of ugly looking, but it is what it is. I just don't want to have to deal with garrisoning that. Now what we need to immediately do, we need to rush as quickly as we can to across the border to push into Romania. So you go towards this. You will go. Actually, no. I think I might only have that because another thing we have issues with is supply. I will send those two immediately. I might go the route of befriending Bulgaria if it means I might be able to avoid having two fights in the slog that is Romania. Yeah, it's the problem. Cut up into two separate locations. Like where we're already meeting resistance. Move around. Every opportunity you want to push and move around. Avoid the most like stressed I've ever been for because I have attempted recording this multiple times and has failed for one reason or another. So I am a bit anxious to make sure this goes well. Uka. There we go, a little pocket for me. Thank you. Nothing too major, but enough to matter. Also, I hope this didn't just turn into ASMR, because as soon as I start focusing on stuff like this, I get quiet. Alright. I'm gonna come back when we actually have something to show, because while things are going well, I want to not have this video be too long. Alright, so this is where we are at right now. I added in the last of the other divisions. Makeshift language, yeah. So I'm kind of stuck here a little bit. Well, not too stuck, honestly, they're last standing, but this has been a little more costly on manpower than I would have liked. I wasn't able to get really any encirclements, but the only thing I would, like any major ones, the only thing I will say is that this has definitely been quicker, because I've had ones where it's slogged down here in months, or months. So the only thing I would say, like as advice, is to take the little encirclements when you can get them, just like 1 or 2 divisions. While it may not seem like a lot at the moment, but when you get it, it's so helpful because it allows you to then, like, their lines are just a little bit thin. And it's noticeable enough that you can start punching through and keep pushing. So to this point, there's not much else I can really do other than just, yeah, eat. I think I'm also starting to get out of range of, yeah. Oh, because there's nothing in Yugoslav. There's nothing here for me to take. Nothing better. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I'm gonna set this up as a puppet. I wish I had the whole like resource option. Kinda. You know, I'll just puppet this and exit. And I'll get a bunch of mills from this. Also gives me a break from having to worry about what is it? Managing that. Garrisoning, it would be painful, but you know. Alright, that was not bad. Definitely glad that I got that out of the way. Helped with a bit of our doctrines. Alright, so it's 1939. World War II is about to start. I should probably actually join the Axis soon, but holding off on that. I want to explain a little bit with the Navy because I realized I didn't do this earlier, but still important. So when you get the Italian navies, or the Italian Navy, or just usually in general, a lot of them, one, you're going to want to exercise them, which I'll be doing after this. But two, you'll have a bunch of older ships. For the Italians, it is the Andrea Doria class. So they are extremely slow in comparison to like the rest of the fleet. Like the Littoral class is 31. Our new V2 version is 35. So we don't want these ships. We don't need them. So as much as it hurts me, we are going to delete these two battleships. And then there's also a coastal defense ship, which we are going to get rid of. Now, to have a fleet of the Navy, we will upgrade one to that. I just have to wait for enough political power, but in general, just always delete the slow ships because you're not going to need them. Unless it's like you got 5 ships and you have one, in which case, I guess you might as well keep it at that point, but you need to have speed, because otherwise you won't be able to catch anything, and that's how you lose the Navy War. Oh, well, there goes the Second World War starts now. We're not going to join all immediately, simply because we're not ready. Still have the fleet training, not fleet training. Is it still training? If it is, I need to stop that. No, it's not, but I have not finished everything. Like, I should be splitting up these fleets. But there we go. And then the Air Force is still trying to get. So that plus, I'm a little bit scared. But yeah, no. All right, so I would say we're about ready. I mean, not in the perfect position, but better than we were. So I say we click the declare war button, and let's hope this goes well. All right. Training. If it was, I'm going to. It was. Oh god, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. Over. Fleets are active. Perfect. Yes, they are. All right. Go, and I erase. Nope. Gotta pick Super Cito, which will get rid of our army debuffs. Cross my heart. Hope not to die. Whatever. Just prayers will help me right now. Oh wait, that's way too fast. That's way too fast. Well, the North immediately broke, so I would say that this is gonna go well. Jesus Christ. South Africa getting swamped. Convoys being blown up. I like to see that. Quickly. That works. Let's see what's up. Ooh, there we go. There's a crap ton of the fleet gone for the British and French. And we have Yugoslavia. So troops go away. That was a waste. Alright, you actually push this out together. Encircle this whole area. Because all those posts will provide us with a lot of supply. That is the Manhattan Basketball. Wise man. Get the joke. I'm not explaining. Alright. Someone died. Oh, you don't have a fucking leader, huh? This is a garrison guy, so I didn't pay too much attention to him. Yeah, good. Push. There we go. Okay. So that's full. All this bit encircled. So push to there, because otherwise they can try to get out through the This is when I would like to throw in my spare divisions if I had any, but I do not. How did we cross the channel? I actually didn't expect this to work. Kinda not, but also at the same time I'm not complaining, because there's a lot of divisions that just got encircled. Alright, that's that fucking slammed shut. Alright, look at the death toll. Just casual comment. Let's look at how many people we've killed. Holy Jesus. Okay, so that's a 300k to 50k. That's a 6-to-1 ratio. That is a ass whooping and a half for the shenanigans. Alright. It'll be kind of broken, but in a good way. I'm not complaining about it, but alright, so now it's just really just a rush forward to take as much territory as possible because there are two possibilities with the way that the AI works. If you do not push hard enough, Vichy will form and you will get only part of the land, in which case you cannot invade through Vichy because they'll have to be called into the war. I'd rather not share my war participation with a AI that has more people to fight for the occupation. So I'm probably going to turn Spain once I get it into a puppet. Alright, alright. There's no French people. Where are the French people? And Germany hasn't even gone in on them. This is weird. This is going too good. When's something bad gonna happen? Alright, so I don't know what Germany is doing. They're currently going in on the Nordic countries. I have encircled the entirety of Maginot. when did this happen? I looked away for 5 seconds. I was looking at North Africa. Actually, yeah, North Africa's toast. The goose is cooking. It's not even cooked, it's burnt. France's goose is burnt. Because there is no way they're coming back from this one. I will try to push all the way to the coast. Try to take them out. I don't know if it's going to go well, but... Oh, never mind. Goodbye, France. France is gone. They're gone. I just ate France. There's nothing left. Okay, Germany, you were a bit late. Oh god, that was beautiful. That was actually beautiful. You know, prep for Switzerland and shore up the border. We're gonna need to move on Greece, so I'm gonna do these one at a time. So while Switzerland is prepping, I will send you over to Greece to prepare for the invasion. Again, not as many troops as I would like, but at this point, bears can't be choosers, and I don't think the Greeks will have that much in the tank. Then after that, it is the rush for Spain to get out of the Mediterranean. Alright, so war justification is done. There is no plan here, just really just go. Is the plans up? Yes, they are. Alright. Do you guys have any plans to really throw up against us? No, they do not. Oh, well, there goes Germany going into the lowlands. Okay, so our war justification on the Greeks is actually done already, which is a bit quicker than I expected, but alright, I am not complaining. You can go on the coastal defense. Okay, so let's look at situation as a whole. Switzerland, nearly dead. North Africa, we are gonna start hitting into a supply brick wall here, so we really need to push hard, or we're gonna need to fall back. Those are really only two options. Looks like we might have to fall back later, but I'll let that sit. Egypt, nothing happens. Navy, absolutely kicking in teeth and taking names, which, gotta love it. Let's check, actually, I'll check the Navy tab, right up here. Alright, losses. We have done pretty good. I've done better in other runs, but this is nothing to snuff at. We gotten any... No battleships yet, no battleships. Alright. That is still extremely good. And what are... Can I see, like, a loss thing? No, not really. Alright. Oh, wait, yeah, I'll just look at the war. Okay, so we've lost 79,000. That's not too terrible. We killed 400k French. Almost 500k. That's actually ridiculous. We have 75% war participation. Suck it, Greece. Suck it, Germany. You are doing terribly. We've even killed more British than anybody else. We're pretty much carrying. How have the Allies lost so many? Oh, Poland. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I forgot Poland exists. Alright, you guys go in. Okay, I think. Alright, so the Greeks, they had a happy life beforehand. I think I encircled most of their divisions within the first, like, month. Yeah, they lost a lot of guys. This is, I thought this was going to be harder than my previous ones, but no, this is going supremely well. It's not even funny, really. Oh my god, they did it. Oh my god, they actually did it. Oh my god, I didn't think this would actually happen. Holy shit, I am so happy. I love absolutely just murdering the French and the British. Oh my god, I didn't actually think they would do this. Holy crap. Now, will we be able to actually do much is another thing. I'm gonna set up this encirclement bit into some support. Oh my god, I didn't actually think they'd be getting it. That's so cool! Yo, it's all going well. It's all going to plan. It's all going to plan. Alright. Alright. We have Greeks dying. We're gonna be going in on the Spanish, but we need to wait until we are done with Greeks to really move anywhere. There. Spanish have the great. What? There we go. Alright, that's the Greeks are done. We need to now move in on the Spanish because we are running out of time. We are racing against the clock. And I don't want to risk it as we start to stumble behind. So waiting for them to move over, and then we are immediately going to start bashing in some skulls. My heart's going a bit. I am a bit exasperated. I was not expecting this much of a dominating victory. But again, I will take it. You'll join late, but we need to get going like yesterday. I'll wait up for them to build up supply a little bit, and I will declare war on Italy. We need to get moving now. Thankfully, they can't join the Allies because they are fascist, so we do not have to worry about. We shouldn't have to worry about any British divisions inside of. Pocket there. Lovely. First pocket is made. Here. This will be trivially easier than any of the other. It's just the fact this is a big country. But we need to get moving now. Cannot have it while I'm stuck in Mediterranean. I need out. So we need to push rapidly. We can go for encirclement. That would be lovely. If not, just blow everything up in their way. For Spain. Okay, I don't think I even need to do any circumvents. They lost too many troops. They can't garrison the border properly. Oh shit, Spain's in Africa. Crap. I forgot about this. This is a setback. This is a minor setback. Shite. Yeah. Also, going off all here. Yeah, I'm sending you guys back to Africa. I'm sorry, I wanted you guys to go home, but I completely forgot about this. Okay, I'm just gonna turn back on the recording because honestly, I do not know how much longer Spain's gonna last, but just everything is gone. Like, of course, I had to send these guys back down here because I fumbled the bag a little bit. Forgot about Spanish Africa because Spain didn't really do much. they didn't really do much with their Africa going. Honestly, I don't even know why they were given the name historically speaking. Actually, let me see how much I have. Let's actually see the casualties. I'm interested in that. Spain over almost 200k. How much has they killed in mine? Okay, 300k. 30k. Okay, I thought they weren't even on the board for a second. I was like, damn, did I do them that badly? Jeez. Yeah, no. They can't even border. They can't even put up a proper defense right now. Buddy, I am absolutely blasting the Spanish right now. I do not care what's going on about the intelligence agencies. Please, understand this. I mean this in a serious way. Go fuck yourself. Oh, there's Gibraltar. They have 3. Yeah, I would not. Oh, there's Spain. Oh, I actually get to decide what I want to take out of this. Oh yeah, because they're not part of any of the factions. Oh, I'll take the Aegeans, and I guess I'll take that. Their African little colony ship. Do I want to take any of this? Not really. So I think I'll just puppet the rest. Means I don't have to worry about garrisoning. Hello. You are now. He's back. Hello, friends. Hello. I'm sorry that had to happen. I just killed all your people. But hey, welcome to the club. That has to be like the awkwardest meeting. Like you sit down and he's like, yo, how's it going, buddy? Look, I know we don't get on our best terms. I just stole all your African group places. But like, look, you get your job back. Have fun. Cheers. That would be a okay, yeah. These guys no longer have anything. Someone's declaring war on me. What? Who's doing that? Who's doing that? Uh. Oh, it might be the Soviets. The Soviets might be declaring war on Romania. No, it's not a. Who is declaring war? I am so confused. Who is trying to fight me? Like, applaud you for your bravery, but this is not gonna end well. Soviet Union is just fine. On me? Or on Romania? If it's on me, then that's gonna be some BS. Also, could you guys please die? There's one Gibraltar. Gibraltar is gone. We can take the Navy out for a test drive. But you need to go immediately start working on naval invasion. We need to get to the UK, Portsmouth, because they don't have nearly as many as coastal ports as some of the other countries. Can I do 2 technically? I think I heard about this somewhere. You can do 2. I can. That's actually cool. Okay, so we can do half an army's worth. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. All right, so it's 1940. We are about ready to spit roast the UK with these 2 invasions. I had to split up the fleet because we are going to need to run 2 different naval invasion support at the same time. So we have 2 fleets now, the same ships, just had to break them in half. But this should be interesting. So the fleets, send out the invasions. Blank, and then I'm gonna set these to invasion support. We already have the air absolutely obliterating the British Air Force. Okay, one fleet's being escorted. And there's the second one. Alright, let's see how this goes. Portsmouth getting blasted. Plymouth also falling short of time. Okay. Add up the army. Just push for the buildings. Does not look like anybody's home, though we also probably killed everybody. Actually, speaking of it, let's check the casualties with the UK. Yeah, I've done all of them. It is secure. Now just push and as much territory. mammoth is gone also. Again, just army and Birmingham and cut off whales. Honey, I think you left the goose in the oven because yours is absolutely roasting. It's and we'll just let them go. It's time for a time lapse if editor me knows how to do that. Okay, how the fuck do you guys get managed against her? What the hell are y'all doing? What, trying to give me a hard time? I don't want to see where the ball gets bumped. There we go. Holy Jesus Christ. I thought I was actually screwed there for a second. I was like, oh no, you've got to be kidding me. Alright. Well, time to make a lovely looking piece sail that definitely will not be horrific looking. I will try my best. The AI sucks. Alright, I think this is a pretty solid looking piece deal. Let's load in and see what it looks like. Alright. In conclusion, we have the Italian Raj. We have the Italian Australia. We have the Kiwi Empire, which I had to. I saw the opportunity. I was like, the Kiwi Empire. I have to have that. I puppeted a lot of things. Because like I puppet France, UK, most certainly a puppet. You know, I took a good chunk of Africa. Honestly, I gave Germany they want their Middle Africa. I'll give them that. Why is there just one piece of Canada left? Oh god, what have I done? Oh no. Um, yeah, there's all that Canada, and then there's just wait, are they ruled by the same? No. Yo, he looks so cool. Yeah. Anyway, if I am correct, and I think I am, I can press the button, and where's it? Boom! Greater Italy has been proclaimed. We have clapped everybody. Germany, you are literally you think I'm the third wheel? You say I'm the third wheel? No, you are. You're not even the third wheel. You're the fourth wheel. No one loves you. Go away, Germany. Go die in I don't know Russia, fighting in no terrain. I'll be sitting here on the Mediterranean coast, which I own 90% of it, whether it be through puppets or direct ownership, and chilling with my olive oil and wine. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of Fuck If I Know. um, if you do like this content, which honestly don't know, you might not. It is an acquired taste. I'd appreciate you at least considering giving me a like and subscribe. You don't have to, honestly. I'm not gonna beg for it. If you have any ideas for what you want me to do later, like you want me to play as the Germans, the French, Spain, no, I refuse to do that. Not yet. UK, I guess I'll play as British with bad dental care. The US, it's gonna be a sleep simulator for like half the video, or even the Soviet onion of starving people. Anyway, uh, that'll be all for today's video. Bye bye.